entitled mum tries to buy my girlfriend. But wait, before we get into today's story, I've got a big announcement. To celebrate 40,000 subscribers, I have started a Patreon. Now, I'm hoping to be able to save up enough money to get a brand new microphone to improve the quality, but unlike GoFundMe, which I have now stopped, Patreon is great because you get perks yourself. For example, if you support me, you'll see your name at the end of every single video. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. We're doing a giveaway at 50,000 subscribers. Right, let's get back to the story. This happened a few months ago. I was participating in a badminton tournament in the under 19 category. My girlfriend had come with me in order to show support. After I was eliminated from singles in the group stage, I went to spend some time with my girlfriend before the doubles began. Right beside us, a mum and her child, who was around 17, were sitting next to us. As I was talking to my girlfriend, I see that EK is staring at her. I find this a little rude, but I let it go as it isn't uncommon. My girlfriend and I continue what we are doing. The entitled kid decided to tell his entitled mother something. She then taps my girlfriend on the shoulder, and the following conversation goes something like this. I don't remember the exact thing. My girlfriend: yes? My son thinks you're very pretty. Oh, thank you. He was wondering if you go out with him. No, sorry, I'm already in a relationship with this guy. Come on, I will pay you, just name your price. No. My girlfriend is done with this and asked me if we could move seats, which I gladly accepted. I had remained quiet this whole time as I'm not a very confrontational person. We moved a row back. My girlfriend and I decided to go for lunch when we spot that entitled kid near the exit of the badminton hall. As we are walking by, that entitled kid starts talking. You've got a nice body. That's rude. You'd be perfect with my girlfriend. Why don't you ditch him and come to lunch with me? No. His entitled mother decided to join in at this point. You should ditch him, pointing at me. He probably doesn't deserve someone like you. At this point, I decided to jump in because I was fuming. Listen, my girlfriend said no, maybe you and your kid need to learn to respect that. However, before I could continue on, I had to go back to warm up for doubles. Apparently after I left, EM went up to my girlfriend and said, now that your ugly and stupid boyfriend is gone, will you date my boy? I can give you as much money as you want. First off, I wouldn't date your son even if I was single. Also, I don't think my boyfriend is stupid or ugly. Now please leave me alone. Why are you even with him? He's just some dumb idiot who doesn't deserve you. You should be honoured that my son wants to go out with you. First off, I'm with him because he is a great person and he respects my choices. And I would never be honoured to go out with someone like your son. If you ever try and talk to me about this again, I will call security. The entitled mother and her entitled kid continued to go after my girlfriend and talking trash about me and how EK would make a better boyfriend than me. Eventually, once I came back after my first doubles match, she called security. The entitled mother made up a story of how I was harassing EK and his girlfriend. However, I worked for the same security company and the guy was one of my good friends, and he had met my girlfriend several times and immediately proceeded to drag them out of there. The security guard later asked us if we wanted to press charges, and we decided against it as we didn't want to pursue the matter any further. Entitled mum steals my food and gives it to her allergic son. Son throws up and EM tries to attack me. Cops came and she pushed all the blame at me. It was the usual Monday, dance school, so me and my friends decided to have lunch at McDonald's. We ordered our food, got seated and waited for our number to be called out. We were at the range where we could hear them shouting out the number from the pickup counter. My friends got their order, but I didn't, which confused me since I was the first to order at the machine, so I should be the one to get my burger first, but I shrugged it off, thinking maybe mine took longer. 15 legit wasted minutes later. My food hasn't come yet, which confuses me even more. How can a burger take that long? I walked up and asked the lady at the pickup counter, and she told me a woman and her son took the order and went somewhere at the end of McDonald's. At that moment, I heard a commotion at the back. Some kid had thrown up while eating a burger. The kid looked about 9 to 11 years old. The EM immediately took the tray and rushed up to the pickup counter. Nothing fishy, eh? Wrong. She threw the tray with vomit on it towards the lady. How dare you try to poison my angel? Me, as a curious boy I was, walked towards the table with the kid wiping his mouth and saw the receipts. The order number was the same as mine. I walked back up to see a woman being held up by 2 army soldiers who happened to be there. I'll sue you and this chain effing devilish idiot. Mom, you took my order. The EM then breaks free from the 2 army boys' grasp. What? You stole my order. Why on earth will idiots like you order such a thing? Are you insane or something? No, Mom, I think you're insane. Yeah, I agree with that. At that moment, my friends started laughing. The EM, realizing my friends are laughing at her, "You youngsters, come here, you little idiots!" Friends walked over. The entitled mum tries to attack them with her purse. One of my friends immediately stopped her swinging her purse and shoved her 200-kilogram-like body down onto the floor. At that moment, the police arrive. Someone must have called them. The entitled mother finds her balance. "Officer, I'm glad you're here." She starts saying how I harassed her and her child, how the two young army boys were attempting to rape her, and my friend who shoved her down was assaulting her when she tried to scream for help. Unlucky for her dumb brain, there was a CCTV camera. The manager steps out of the kitchen and told them they can review CCTV. This is when the EM's face turned white as a ghost. "No, officer, you don't need footage, just arrest them already." "We shall check the CCTV. The EM then proceeds to block them. "No, officer, just arrest them and all is done." "Mom, step away from the door." "No, just arrest them, you disabled freak." "Mom, step away." The entitled mother continues about how he is sexist and starts saying racist stuff, since the officer was, I believe, Indian. The officer immediately calls for backup. Another officer comes. "Mom, what?" "Thank God for a decent officer." She proceeds to tell even more lies. "Okay, let me check CCTV." The entitled mum does the exact same thing as she did with the first officer until she gets tased by the less patient second officer. Looking at CCTV, it turns out that she was the wrongdoer this whole time, and she not only had to pay a fine, pay for my burger, and also for assault on the pickup counter lady. The whole problem was solved, and I didn't press charges since I didn't want that much trouble. I was only 15. But the other boys and the PU counter lady did, I heard. I got my cheeseburger and went off 2 hours later than I was supposed to leave. This was a wild adventure. My parents stole my hard-earned money. So I'm just your average person. I'm a hard-working 14-year-old, I have a working permit in the state of Florida since it's legal, and most of this story is from Florida, so yeah, on with the story. I got a dead-end job at a McDonald's because they were the only ones to accept minors in my area within biking distance. I'm a 9th grader, so every day after school I bike to work and spend a good 3 hours there as a cashier. I'm not completely happy with my job, but it's definitely a start. I earn about $8 an hour, so to me that's a ton of money. My parents are heavy smokers and I just have to deal with it. I've tried to convince them to stop, but they never listen. They're both unemployed and neglect to get a job. They always run out of disability funds, so they come to me for money now and then. I don't mind helping with the house bills and utilities, but it gets too far when they ask for money so they can buy cigarettes. I try not to argue with them, but one day I just snapped. Here's how it went. So I was sitting in my room, chilling with some friends over voice chat as my father walks in. "Hey, sorry to interrupt you, but do you have $10? "Yeah, why? Bills don't come in for another 2 weeks. "No, I need some money to buy some Black & Mills. Sure, how much? "About $15. My eyes widened at what he said. He usually comes for $1 or $2, but 15 was too much. Yeah, that's like 2 hours of hard graft at work. Sorry, I can only spare $3 or $4. "Well, surely you could give me more." "No, I have a date and I'm saving up to take Katie, not her real name by the way, to go see Infinity War." "No, I need 15, no less than that." "If you need money so much, then why don't you get up off your butt and earn it?" My friends heard me and were laughing like crazy. I have to admit, it was funny. My dad walked away and my mum entered the room. "Look, we need the..." "You don't need cigarettes. Maybe if you could stop wasting thousands of dollars a year, we would have a better life. You don't understand nicotine addiction. And you don't understand how it feels to be studying and working like a productive member of society. Damn, what a burn." My mum then walked out of the room and I could hear my parents talking. Now let's fast forward to that night. I was sleeping and sometime that night, my parents took my wallet and took about $52. I woke up and confronted them. "Hey, why did you take my money?" "We told you, we need the money." "You don't need it, you desire it. That's how you fail in life, by depending on your own son to give you money instead of earning it yourself." My mum was speechless. She only gave me back about $30, so I couldn't buy snacks for that movie, but Katie didn't mind. My parents don't ask for money so often, but it really annoys me how my parents depend on me to give them money. Their excuse, "You live under my house, so you have to do as I say." Well man, that sucks. I feel bad for you that you have parents like that, but just get through it, get to 18, you can move out, you'll be good. Anyway, that concludes today's r/EntitledParents stories. These were all taken from my own subreddit, so thank you to those of you that have posted on there. Also, don't forget to check out the Patreon. You can see a couple of the names of donors already on the screen, and if you want a feature, then Patreon is right there. Alright, see you in the next video.